feel like the chat. Hey, Anna, I feel like the chat was much larger before, and now the words are very tiny. Can't make them bigger. So, is my mic peaking really bad? Hey, yo, Corsair. It seems to be okay. I think the laptop is just like honestly going kaput. I've been running it like super hard for like 4 years, streaming using like 50 million peripherals. And to be honest, it's not like that great to begin with. It's always giving me problems. It was always giving me problems. So I think it's just finally ready to kick the bucket, like for real, maybe. So seems to be working. I have gotten it down to like the absolute minimum amount of stuff. Just like one camera, tiny mouse, and the microphone. So hopefully it works for the stream. Next week I will not be streaming because of work, but hopefully the week after that, my new PC will have come in and I will have so I have a gaming PC upstairs that I use for personal stuff. But I was like, I'm just going to get a whole new PC. I'm not going to fuck around with stupid laptops anymore. I'm not like taking this anywhere. Fuck it. Joey can have this computer as his like media watching thing. And then I ordered a brand new gaming PC. So that one's going upstairs, and the one I use now is coming down here for streaming. And yeah, and we'll be good to go. I'm also going to turn my current computer probably into like a Minecraft server, so I can play my modded Minecraft. Yeah, I mean, work do be getting in the way, but at the same time, I make a lot of overtime money. So I'm not mad about it. I don't feel some type of way. It just is what it is. I'm just letting y'all know. What's up, Urban Prince? Yeah, so that's the deal. Like I said, next week, no stream, but the week after that should be no problems. I should be able to get another camera back up, so we have 2 angles if necessary. Not that I really do much in terms of actually working out anymore. I meant to bring my shoes down here, my high heels down here to practice that, but anyways, it's all squared away. This should be fine for now. This should stay working for now, hopefully. And if not, well, the stream craps out and, it is what it is. It's not that big a deal. It's just a stream on YouTube. Anyways, let me do my intro. Excuse me, I haven't been writing any intros. I should get back to that. Welcome to the live stream. My name is Terrible Hime, aka Chris. I am a fitness enthusiast, sometimes a fitness educator, sometimes a fitness influencer, all of the above. Welcome to the stream. Right now, currently, I am in a calorie deficit, trying to lose body fat for the Aesthetic Physique Enthusiast Classic, the Ape Classic. Not specifically for that, it was already in my goals, but it's nice to have something to work for. If you, at any time during the stream or after the stream, have any comments or questions, you can either put them in the chat or leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to get answers to you to the best of my ability. I try to be as inclusive and encouraging as possible. I try my best, but we all have our biases, and I'm trying to think about my words, trying to be empathetic and all that. But yeah, feel free to call me out if I make an ass of myself. Yeah, so just hanging out, chatting, and let's get on with the stream. So Fingers crossed. I think it will stay alive. I think it will be fine. Like literally the only things plugged into it are the tiny mouse and one camera. So, you know, my earbuds are Bluetooth. Is this plugged in or is this Bluetooth? I think it's plugged in, but like I have drastically reduced the amount of stuff, like no external keyboard. I took off the Stream Deck, all of that. So we should be okay. I realize it's a little too late. I don't know if I mentioned I brought an actual ring light down here. Before I had a big old softbox, but I wasn't using this like huge $100 ring light I bought. So I brought it down. I don't know, I'm constantly moving my stuff around. I have like an old, I might, actually I don't remember if I threw it away. I might have an old mic stand that I could possibly use for like doing top-down videos that I want to look for, but I don't remember if I threw it away or not. Because right now I'm like so janky. I have also so many tripods. Oh, I don't have one of the tiny ones down here. Usually I use a very tiny tripod and I just lean my phone over my desk. It's very janky. It's very scary. So I was trying to figure stuff out. Let's see. It's your house and your stuff. You can do what you want. That's true. Yeah, I'm just a busybody. I think for real, I'm a busybody. What else was I gonna say? Yeah. I don't know. I can't say. I'm still cutting. Obviously, I already mentioned that. I'm still cutting. Macro factor has been pretty good so far. This is my first time using it for this weight loss phase. The suggestions have been pretty good for me. I've kind of hit a little bit of a plateau. At least that's what it feels like. But it's only been like, I mean, I haven't been cutting for that long, just over a month. But the last week and a half, my weight hasn't really gone down. It hasn't gone up, but it also hasn't really gone down too much. I thought that this week it would drop my calories lower, but it didn't. I probably actually need to make myself get in some more activity or cardio. I say activity because I would not like run or anything. I would just go outside and walk around for a little bit more, or like do my stepper or use the treadmill. I can step now. It's actually really hard for me to read the chat while I'm stepping because I can't really like see from back here. It's like so tiny. It seems silly to just like step in, like I'm like not really in the camera. I do feel like, I don't know, before today, I was not really feeling like I looked visibly smaller, even though I lost a little over 5 pounds, I think. But I'm feeling like today, my waist is looking much better. Maybe it's just these pants. I do find that like when I wear clothes that's too tight, it makes me feel worse about the way I look. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when it cuts in and like, you know, you might not have that much fat, but the fat like goes on top and you're like, that's not that cute. But today I'm feeling like a little bit more visibly lean than I have been. It could also be the fact that I didn't like have a big meal for lunch. A lot of times I have like a really high volume, low calorie meal for lunch just to like keep myself feeling full, but I was like busy at work today. So I just had a frozen dinner. Yeah, you feel me? Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us get caught up in the number of the size, or like, you know, it's like small, medium, large, or numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8, stuff like that. But for me, it's more about like what makes me feel good to wear. Like, I don't really care about the numbers because I know everybody has their own sizing system. You know, and some stuff I can squeeze into a size small, and some stuff I'm wearing like an extra large. So like to me, that doesn't really matter. It's about how I feel. Yo, Georgie. I think the problem, I'm probably going to be repeating myself about this a lot today as people trickle into the stream. I think the problem is that this computer is getting a little bit old, and I've been running it for like 4 years to stream with like a lot of peripherals. Basically what happened last week, the computer didn't die, but most of the peripherals did. So like my keyboards stopped working, like my external keyboard and the laptop keyboard. The mouse stopped working, my earbuds stopped working, the camera stopped working. So I basically couldn't do anything, but the computer was still on. So after I removed basically to the bare minimum amount of stuff that I need to stream, it's been okay. So basically I just have one camera, I have a mouse, and I have my mic, and the earbuds are Bluetoothed. It seems okay. And we're just gonna roll with this for now, but there will be a better solution for the next time I stream. Hey, Jerica, it's good to see you. Yeah, and next week I will not be streaming because I'm gonna be busy working, but the week after that should be totally okay. Don't even worry about it. What's up, Sweet Lou? No, it was totally me. And it was so weird because like the computer was still working. I could see everybody chatting and like people were still having conversations, but like I couldn't type at all on anything. And like I couldn't use the mouse. I had to use the trackpad. All I could do was just turn it off. Yeah. How are things? Pretty good. I mean, pretty good in general. Work has been busy, but that's okay. I don't really mind. It was a good chat too. Like we were having like a good talk and then it crapped out. I was like a little sad about that. But I mean, it is what it is. You can't like dwell on these things. Hey, Knight. The cut is going okay. I'm in a fat loss phase right now. The amount of food I'm eating around 1,700 calories a day, which is not that high, but I'm also incredibly sedentary. Like I typically get less than 5,000 steps a day, usually between 2 and 5,000. 15 pull-ups, holy shit. Yo, is that like a PR? What's up, Cryptic Gamer? Welcome in. The amount of food on the fat bar, bro. I can barely hold on to the fat bar. Your PR is that you went to the gym today. Don't be silly. You stay working on your fitness, bro. Yeah, the amount of food, like the volume of food that I can get out of 1,700 calories is actually pretty good. I don't feel like I'm starving all the time, but I can definitely tell. I can really tell that I am in a calorie deficit, like calorie-wise, not volume-wise, because I feel tired all the time. I've had to almost double the amount of caffeine I'm drinking since the start of the cut. And my recovery is really bad. Hey, James, good to see you. Doing pretty well. So the program I have set up for myself is 4 different workouts. And usually I hit the same group, the same workout twice in a week. And I am barely recovering. After like 5 or 6 days, I am barely recovered enough to do the same workout again. I am doing BCAAs. I'm still on creatine, BCAAs. My protein intake is higher than it needs to be. I'm also taking collagen, but like, yeah, that's kind of whatever. Yeah, my sleep is trash. My sleep has always been trash. been even more trash lately than usual. Now that you're not doing cheer for a year, you got to step up your gym game. You know what, Jerica? Somebody I know, I don't know if you know her. Her name is Mia. I saw her post on, she used to live near me. I'm not sure if she's still in the area. I honestly haven't talked to her in a really long time. Her name is Mia. You know Mia? Oh my God, I saw that she was doing Cheer Seattle. Yes, Annie Mia. And I was like, is that the same thing that Jerica does? Oh my God, isn't that so funny? She's a friend of yours. Wow. Isn't that so funny? That's such a random, like a completely random, out of nowhere, like, yeah, small world. Like, what do you call that when, like, it's like a coincidence like that? You cut creatine out a couple weeks ago, feeling weak and tired AF, barely sleeping. Wonder if that's the cause. I'm not sure. I mean, for me, all these things, like, they do make a noticeable difference in, like, my recovery, like, especially BCAAs. Creatine, I lose like 3 pounds. And so I just take them all year round, and like, it doesn't really, at the time, it doesn't feel like it's helping, but when I stop, I notice a big difference. Hey, Mopars, good to see you. Such an awesome part of your team now. Good to see you. Hope you're true. It did go really well, James. Thank you. I am doing well, Mopar. Me and her hubs came over to dinner the other night. Wow. Oh my God, have you met their cats? They have pretty cute cats. Mia is so super nice. She's also half Korean. I think that's kind of why we vibed to begin with. She's also half Korean like me. Is there a reason that you stopped taking creatine, Acro? For sleep, you're just falling asleep. If just falling asleep and staying asleep is a problem, not time required, I recommend melatonin. Your endocrinologist told you to take it, and you're 12 days in, it's starting to work. Yeah, well, yeah, we did. I did know her from cosplay, but also she lived very close to me a couple of years ago when she was in Maryland. Hey, Nancy. Like in the leopard print leggings there, I like these too. They're really soft. They're actually like really cheap. Just testing some stuff out with Body since you got some weird stuff going on. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. So she used to live like very close to me. She lived in the same city that I grew up in. But yeah, we met through cosplay. Did we cosplay together? I don't even remember. I think she bought one of my old costumes. I don't think we ever specifically cosplayed together, though. Also compare yourself to being natty premium, so your natural state is going to be a few levels below. Yeah, that's also true. I'm a little bit iffy on taking melatonin, so I actually do have a bottle of melatonin tabs. I'm just a little iffy on it because I know it's something that you're not supposed to take for an extended period of time. It's like you take it for a little bit, try to get your sleep schedule juicy, and then you stop taking it. My usual problem is that I can't stay asleep. Like, I go to bed at a relatively reasonable amount of time, like around midnight, and most of the time I can fall asleep pretty quickly, but I can't stay asleep. I usually wake up like 2 or 3 or 4 times a night, get up and go to the bathroom. And it's not even like I really have to go to the bathroom. I like turn over. I'm like, fuck. I better just get up and go to the bathroom, because if I fall asleep and I wake up again, I'm gonna like pee my pants. I don't know. I have like this weird thing now. I just like get up and go to the bathroom so often. And I also have been having like really vivid dreams lately. Sometimes because of cats too. I think the cats don't actually like to sleep with me that much because I move around a lot in my sleep. Because I'm like waking up and falling back asleep, I like turn over, this and that, and I think it bothers them. He goes to the bathroom like 20 times a night. Yeah, I try not to drink too much later in the day, but I'd be thirsty, man. I'd be really thirsty. Your sleep schedule is weird. You do 10 p.m., 3 or 4 usually, and then try to catch a 3 p.m. nap if you can. I see you streaming like really early in the morning. A lot of times, like I get up, I start work at 8 and that's when I get on my computer, and you've already been streaming for a while. 8 a.m. for me Eastern, you know, so if you're not in Eastern, like you're even earlier for yourself. Remembering your dreams, you used to, but it's been much less. Are you consuming the closer bed cheese, other stuff? I mean, usually we eat dinner around 8 and go to bed around midnight. But not a lot of cheese specifically. Sometimes cheese, but not a ton of cheese. Sometimes, like, I kind of like remember some dreams, some part of the dreams. I can remember that I had a dream. I might remember like little bits and pieces, but the later in the day it gets, usually the less and less I can remember. I had a dream. Actually, I don't remember what I dreamed last night, but the night before, I dreamed that I was trying to go to a concert with people I was like friends, acquaintances with in like middle school, like people that I haven't thought about in like years and years and years. We were trying to go to a concert. We were trying to buy tickets out of like a gumball machine, like a vending machine, but like the old school gumball machines in America, like those red ones with the big glass. And then we got the tickets and we're trying to take the bus to go to the concert, and the bus was like really fucked up full. And that's all I really remember. It's plenty of time. Cheese is an old wives' tale. Don't eat cheese before your bed or you'll have nightmares. But it's not usually nightmares though. It's just really weird. I read an article that there was time when people used to sleep on 2 cycles during the day, and it was a normal tune. Like they would wake up, go do stuff, go to sleep, wake up, do stuff, and go to sleep. I think it might still be like, I think some European cultures, they might still do that. Like I heard that Spain does like a siesta situation. I don't know like how serious they are about it, though I've never been to Spain. Polyphasic? You sleep more often, you need less sleep too. A lot of studies on it now. I honestly feel like if it worked with my schedule, like that would be a better situation for me, because it feels like I can't sleep for more than 2 or 3 hours at a time anyways. But it's like, if it's in the middle of the night, I don't want to like get up and like do stuff and like maybe wake up Joey or something. The siesta, also due to the weather's really hot there. Gotcha. Maybe getting tickets to the gumball machine and getting bus away represents the station of traveling that you've had. I don't know. I don't really like read too much into my dreams, because I have like seriously a lot of like really weird dreams. It doesn't really help to try to analyze them when they're really all over the place, and I can't even remember half of them anyways. But yeah, it just doesn't lead to very restful sleep. I'm very productive in the morning. I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it. I don't hate to say it. I don't know. I am a morning person. Like my alarm goes off and I get out of bed and start my day immediately. And like I'm usually like fully functional until like 1 or 2 o'clock, and that's when I start to like crash and I gotta get more caffeine. Find that when you remember your dreams, they usually have some kind of connection to real life. Like your flying dreams more constant when you did snorkeling. How early do I start work? Is that what you're asking? You had to dream something to clean your damn room? That's kind of funny. To be honest, I think that maybe I had a dream about going to a concert because I talked to Misha Mai and I told her that she should be a DJ on Twitch. And because I've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately, I've been listening to more music. So it's usually either like a DJ on Twitch or like lo-fi music on YouTube. Polyphasic, good lifestyle. Good if lifestyles allow it, but most lifestyles don't. Last you heard about studies was it's not better or worse. It's just about getting enough hitting REM. Personal schedule. I set my alarm for 7:30. I start work at 8. Sometimes I wake up naturally at 7 a.m. You know, a lot of DJ girls nowadays, you've always been a night owl, but something changed over the past few months and you're waking up naturally around 6 a.m. Feels unnatural. A couple latex ones, that's pretty cool. I desperately wish that I could be a DJ, but I just do not listen to music like that. Like if I was big into music, I would try so hard to be a DJ, but I just like don't listen to that much music. But I love my favorite DJs on Twitch are, if you like goth music, I think this is how he spelled Gramers. Is it this? If you like goth music, you should go follow Gramers. These are on Twitch. I don't know if Gramers is on YouTube. Gramers is also has a really inclusive channel, very LGBTQ friendly, very fun. He himself is very chatty, like typing in the chat, and he has some like really nice mods. They're so friendly over there. Usually I don't chat when I'm watching because I think that they maybe still think that I stream. Then they usually give me a shout out, which makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. But I really love the chat and the community over there. But I also, like, if you want like pure entertainment, like you got to check out DJ Miss Shelton. She's a really big streamer. I don't know if you count. She usually has about 1,000 people watching her streams. She is like the ultimate entertainer. I love just like watching her stream, and like she always has like really cute outfits and she has a really nice backdrop. It's very like dark and moody, but she has like a metallic-y sort of thing on the background, and she has different colored lights. And she usually does like a theme for her streams and themed outfits, and she's like dancing and vibing. This is no tea, no shade to anybody, but like a lot of people, obviously they're into the music, but they're kind of just like at their station, like doing the thing. Whereas she's like really into it, which I like. I don't know. I don't think so. If she does, they don't show up on stream. Gramers has a very small dog that comes on stream sometimes. Yeah, if DJ Miss Shelton has a pet, the pet does not come on stream. Gramers has a little dog. Sometimes the little dog comes on stream. But it's like so tiny, he just like picks it up. You DJ music in your stream runs, that's pretty cool. Not really DJ, you like play it. I personally have never been to a concert. I've never really been to like an actual like live music event. I've never been to a rave. The only raves I've been to are like the ones at anime cons where I just like go and see what's up and then I leave. The silent rave is where everybody's wearing headphones, right? I will say that I have really sensitive ears. I don't like loud noises at all. And when I listen to music, it's like very, very, very soft. The last time Carrie visited, I wouldn't necessarily last time. Carrie mentioned when they were visiting one time that the loudness at which I play my music in the car is such that most people can barely hear it. Mosh pits are really scary. I definitely would not go into a mosh pit. You never heard of it, you thought it was really creative? Hey, Kildeon, what's good? Hey, Savar, good morning. You love going to concerts, mainly metal concerts? I don't think I would have a good time at a concert. That's why I've never been to one. Because, like I said, my ears are super sensitive. I don't like loud music. I am also incredibly awkward and I can't dance, like, at all. Like, not even a little bit. You're going to a concert later this year, you're gonna be in the mosh pit? Be careful, bro. Have fun, but also be careful, please. Yeah, so. But I was telling Mishamai that she should be a DJ because she's really into music. She loves going to concerts and music events. She has like a wide range of stuff that she likes. Like she likes K-pop, she likes emo music, she likes I feel like she goes to like country music. She's in Texas, so I feel like she goes to like country music stuff sometimes. Like sometimes she goes out with like cowboy hats and things like that. So I just feel like it would be a good fit for her in general. I think it would be really fun if she knew. I asked her if she knew how to be a DJ and she said a little bit. I was like, maybe you should look into that. I think she didn't even know that they have like a DJ scene on Twitch. So you don't have to dance if you don't want to. You just love feeling of being there. I don't know. I feel weird. You're not a fan of live music either, and that's because we're the same person. No, Billy, you can't dance. I mean, I can like kind of like twerk. These pants are a little too tight, but I am incredibly awkward. I am also incredibly introverted and incredibly like reserved in some ways. And like I can't like put myself out there. It's very difficult for me to put myself out there like that. It's hard for me to let go. And if I get drunk, I usually want to wrestle people. I'm not like I can't like get drunk and like get in the mood to dance. I get drunk and I'm ready to like wrestle. Mr. Toad, what are you up to? Do you want a treat? 2-step counts at dance. You'll be good to go. I don't think that I can 2-step either. I'm also like incredibly hard style. So like in martial arts, I can learn hard style martial arts pretty easily, but soft style is very difficult for me. I can't make my body move fluidly. Been to a few shows, but unless you generally love the artist, you generally don't like it, except for Macklemore. For some reason, the show is just amazing and funny. You don't really like his music. Huh. I feel like that could definitely be a thing where it's just like the showmanship. I feel like I would maybe, the thing also is that like if I'm there to like watch the show, I don't think I would want to be like in the crowd. Like I want to see what's going on. You also have to like the music. You want to learn how to ballroom dance? I actually love ballroom dancing. I love watching ballroom dancing. I think dancing in general is really fun to watch. I just can't do it myself. I saw an Instagram video of somebody like twerking the other day, and they were like moving their ass in like, I like literally can't do it. I can't make my body do it fluidly. Also like, my back just popped like 20 times trying that. Rammstein shows are pretty insane and are a feast for the eyes if a bit nutty. I don't not like Rammstein, I think. Good at contact hits, whereas soft is more like flow. Like karate. I'm good at karate. I could probably learn taekwondo. Not good at things like kung fu and tai chi. You think the circle is better than the up and down? Look, I think the problem is, Georgie, is that you only see me doing my up and down when I have really tight pants on. When it's all hanging out, the up and down is pretty good, I think. Personally, I think the up and down is pretty okay. It's just that, like, if you wear tight pants, like, it holds it in. I've seen some, like, relatively small people really throw their junk around, and, like, I don't know how to do it. I also feel like because most of my ass is muscle, like, straight up, I don't have, like, the best fat distribution genetics. I think that also makes it harder for me to, like, twerk and stuff, because it just doesn't like flow freely. It's really hard for me to also, like, you have to, like, relax it, and, like, I'm trying to relax it, but I can only relax it so much when the whole thing is made of muscle, you know? Like, I can't relax my muscle when I'm trying to move it. I got a lot of beef in the trunk. Yeah. So, like, and I really do think it is the pants, because, like, if I kind of, like, you can see, like, if I throw it and I, like, let it drop down, it does do it a little bit, but the pants hold it in. I've seen on social media people recommend, like, wearing, like, pajama pants or, like loose fitting shorts or something like that. Oh, more flappitude. Yeah, I don't have a ton of flappitude. I also feel like a lot of the weight I'm losing is coming off my ass. It's just, that's how it be. I feel like I'm not losing it in my stomach, I'm losing it in my ass. But I've also, I don't remember if I mentioned it, I'm having some, like, problems with, like, in here, in my back and, like, my armpit and my shoulder. Joey thinks it might be something with my rotator cuff. So I haven't been going hard on back day. Like, if I do any kind of, like, pulling motion like this, it's, like, super light. But I also have not been doing deadlifts or RDLs because it hurts when I, like, tense my back to hold the bar against my body. When I stepped down, there was an involuntary jiggle. I have some amount of jiggle. Oh yeah, for sure. I always lose it in my face. And to be honest, like, that's, like, I like it when my face looks fuller. I like having a chubbier face. I feel like when I lose all the fat in my face, it makes me look older. I mean, she could focus where fat loss starts. She lose weight. You look at your stomach and realize it's your neck where the fat loss happens. Yeah. I mean, it's like that for everybody. Usually your stomach is, especially for men, usually your stomach, your love handles is the last place you lose fat. Usually it starts in your arms and legs and face, and it, like, kind of, like, goes down. I get really lean in, like, my upper chest. Older women are hot, though. It doesn't mean I want to look like an older woman. I want to be an older woman that looks like a younger woman. Yeah, and it's just my preference. I just prefer the way my face looks when it's, like, a little rounder. I like my shredded body and my round face. That's just me. Yeah, usually my chest gets really lean. Yeah, love handles are really hard to lose. I mean, some people just like, there are definitely some people that will lose body fat a little more evenly, but I am not one of those people. I gain it in my stomach and I lose it there last. How's the knee feeling on the stepper now? It seems fine. Maybe it was just like that one time I just like didn't warm up. I don't think it was a leg day. So seems good. Or maybe I was just like not controlling it and I just like bam. So who knows? But it was so weird. It was a very sharp pain out of nowhere. Sometimes I think maybe I should like take the stepper upstairs to my office and like try to step when it's not so busy at work, but also work has been pretty busy lately. So I haven't really had much chance to do other stuff that I normally do. By the way, I posted a video, like an actual video. I did a haul of all the stationery stuff I bought in Japan. If you are interested, it took me forever. Like, I literally had the whole video edited for weeks. It was uploaded to YouTube. All I needed to do was like make a thumbnail and write the description. But I don't know, I was just being really lazy about it. This is why, I don't know, sometimes people will ask me, like, do you want to compete? Or like, why don't you compete? First of all, I'm not a very competitive person. I am totally fine with letting other people be in the spotlight, or I can totally concede when other people look better or are stronger, anything like that. Totally doesn't make me feel, 100% honesty here. Sometimes it does make me feel some type of way, but at the same time, I have to be like, that's my own jealous heart and that has nothing to do with the other person. You know, that's their win and they should celebrate that. And if they're my friend, I'm going to be happy for them, even though it might make me feel like, oh, I should be better or, you know, stuff like that. Anyways, that's on me. But yeah, I'm not really a competitive person, but I would be awful to be around if I was trying to cut low enough to do a show. For those of you who follow Cool Runnings on Twitch and on like Instagram or YouTube, you would have seen like how hard he was struggling like during the really like the end game right before the competition. And like, I'm already like, my social battery is like out the window. I don't want to like talk to nobody. I want to do nothing. So like, I can't even imagine what I would be like if I got to that point. I'm attributing this to my weight loss, but I used to get insane pains in my lower legs when walking, although always thought it was the shoes, but now all gone. Halfway to the gym, you'd be in pain and now it's not. I mean, you've lost a lot of weight. That's a lot less stress on your joints. I mean, maybe, I don't know if you were getting like shin splints before. That could totally be a thing. But it could be partly like you getting used to it and partly being less heavy. Sometimes have that happen. You have a lot of stuff organized, but then you put it off and then you put it off so much it feels hard to finish. Yeah, same here. You don't have a competitive bone in your body. It's really good realization that being reflective is a good introspective practice. Yeah, I try to be really, really real with myself. You know, I might not always vocalize some of these things to the world or to my friends or to Joey, but I at least really, really, really try to be like real with myself. So I don't know. There's not a lot like I think like super duper hard about, but I can definitely be like, my friend is doing something that I wish that I could do, or my friend is successful in something that I wish I could be successful. And that makes me feel a little bit some type of way, but I'm not going to let my feelings take away from their success. Chris is a real one. Well, thank you for saying that, Nania. Anyways, that's how I try to look at it. It's like the way that I try to be as empathetic as I can to as many people as I can. And it's not always like successful, for sure. Why is that in there? Can you guys hear the music? I think I was on the wrong one. You should be able to hear the music now. Sorry about that. I didn't realize it. Exactly. I think you couldn't hear it before, but now you can hear it maybe. See you later, Mr. Oddity. Yeah, I was on the wrong scene, that's why. What's up, Sega-san? Yeah, I think if people say that they've never been jealous or something like that in their entire life, I think they maybe themselves need to be a little bit more introspective. I can like totally admit, I might not admit to specific things, you know, just for fear, like for other people. Like if I had a friend that I like was jealous of them for something, I wouldn't tell them that because that's on me, that's not on them, and I wouldn't want them to feel some type of way. No, it wasn't. I was on a different scene and the music was not playing at all on that scene. So, but it's probably still pretty low. I could turn it up if y'all want me to. How's that? Hear it a little better? Yeah. So usually if there's like a situation where I'm not feeling 100% good about something, I just remove myself from the situation until I can like work out my feelings. And if I can't work out my feelings, then I just don't put myself back in that place. Or if I have like other types of bad feelings, not just like jealousy or whatever, I just try to remove myself from the situation rather than making, I don't like to make my feelings somebody else's problem if it has nothing to do with them, if that makes sense. But I mean, if somebody is doing something to me specifically and I want to maintain a relationship with that person, I would try to bring it up, you know, in a way that lets them know, hopefully without being just like an asshole about it, or maybe being an asshole about it if they're being an asshole about it. You actually need to practice that more. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the reason why people need to take breaks off of social media sometimes, for whatever reason. Hey, Turtle in Training, what's up? You know, it's the same kind of thing. It's like, you might need a break from certain friends, or you might need a break from certain, if possible, you might need a break from certain coworkers, or you might need a break from certain family members. You might need a break from certain things on social media until you get your mind right about it. Obviously, coworkers is a little different because you can't always take a break, but the stuff that you can control, hopefully you can like step back, get your shit together, and then go back in. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, a good example for me is like, I love food content. I like watching like eating videos and traveling videos and cooking videos on YouTube and on like Instagram and stuff. And right now, that kind of stuff is really not good for my mental health. It makes me feel bad about being on a diet where, you know, weight loss is my current goal. And in order to help me focus on that goal, I have to like stop consuming that kind of content. You know, that's like one example. I don't want to get into like personal examples involving like real specific people, but I mean, there's been other times where I've had to like, you know, chill out, step back. It makes you kind of angry. You know, it's probably a dumb idea, but 10K challenge while in a 1K deficit? What? Like communicating how you feel with others, but if I'm down, I worry about putting that on others. You don't know if I should mention anything or just detach and take care of it yourself. Not being able to eat makes you angry. I think it's like kind of normal. Oh, you meant watching a 10K challenge. Yeah, I couldn't do that to myself. I think, James, for me, it would like depend on a situation, right? So okay, this is something. Hey, Owen, you're under tornado watch? Oh my God, you've just been having so much bad luck lately. Please stay safe. So I feel this is kind of a common example that doesn't specifically happen to me, but maybe somebody else out there can relate. Maybe you yourself are focused on your fitness. Maybe you're on a weight loss journey, or maybe you're just trying to maintain your weight and you have a partner that isn't necessarily into fitness or is not necessarily watching what they eat. And maybe the partner isn't specifically trying to make life harder for you, but they do things that make life harder for you, you know? Like maybe they come home with snacks, or maybe they want to eat out quite often, which can be difficult for somebody on a diet, stuff like that. So I think that, and for them to do it completely unmaliciously, you know, they're just living their life, you're just living your life. But if I was in a situation like that, I think it would make sense for me to say something, or I would have to put some kind of boundary in place to help me. But, you know, obviously if they were doing it maliciously, that's completely different. But sometimes, a lot of times, people just don't realize what they're doing, you know? So one thing that Joey does is that a lot of times he's got like one specific location that he works at as a pharmacist, where he takes them cookies. He'll go to Crumble in the morning and get them cookies, and he'll ask me if I want any, and I'll tell him no. And so instead of just bringing them home and having them in the house where they're tempting me, he asks if it's okay to bring them home or if I want one. And if I say no, he doesn't, and it's out of sight and I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, it would be really hard if you're somebody that caves under pressure, but also it can just make you feel bad. So like if I was in a situation with a partner that like wanted to eat out a lot, I would probably have to be like, hey, you know, why don't you go out with your friends? Like I can't eat out more than like maybe like once a week at most, you know, if there's somebody that wants to eat out a lot. But yeah, you know, sometimes you have to like put some boundaries in place. You have to say something for your own mental health. But yeah, it really does depend on the situation. So sometimes when I'm in a weight loss phase, but Joey's not in a weight loss phase, like usually we'll eat the same dinner. We'll eat my dinner that's like kind of like geared towards a calorie deficit, but he'll eat more on top of that. Like he might have cookies or something, and I'll just like remove myself from the situation. He'll stay at the table and he'll eat his cookies, and I'll go sit in the nest and I'll watch TV and not look at him eating cookies. Going on, but not being able to track your food gives you anxiety. Yeah. For me specifically, going out, I have a very difficult time controlling myself at restaurants. It's not even that, like, I probably could find something that's relatively okay, but I cannot, I can, but I can't. I can't control myself. I will order like everything and eat everything. Nania, you're on a business trip. Yeah, I will be. That's hard. That's hard for sure. That was you today. Oof. And are you on a cut, Nania? Or like, what are you doing? So in August, I have a work trip where I have to go to New York for like a week. I'm actually gonna be there a little more than a week. And I'm worried. I'm worried about what I'm gonna do. I'm literally gonna take 2 cases of Fairlife protein shakes, and I'm gonna do my best to stay in a calorie deficit, but I'm not really sure what the situation is gonna be. I don't have any problem not drinking alcohol, but I'm worried that there's gonna be a lot of really good catered food. You being in a cut makes it hard to have dinner with friends. When you go to a restaurant, you'll either just get a salad or simply not eat. Actually very surprised at your willpower at the amount of crisps, chips, and chocolate in your section of the cupboard is unreal. Cannot control anything when you're eating out at restaurants every day with coworkers. Yeah. So, I mean, I talked to, on my team, so my team at work is very small. I talked to like my 2 closest team members. I was like, y'all are not gonna judge me if I do some really whack shit at the company meeting, right? And they're like, no, it's totally okay. I'm like, if I show up with a bunch of protein shakes, you're not gonna think I'm weird. And they're like, nah, you're good. I think you find a good option to get when you're on your trip. Yeah, so I think basically what I'm gonna do is just try to like, you left a restaurant half an hour ago and they were still drinking. I can't live that life. Luckily, I don't think nobody, last time I went to something like this, I did not feel pressured to drink at all. I'm just not into drinking, really. But I'm gonna do my best to like make good choices when it comes to food. And I'm not sure, like, since we're gonna be in New York City, I'm not sure if every single meal is gonna be catered. If I can like go out and get my own food, that's not gonna be that difficult, because if I go to like chain restaurants, I can easily track my food from a chain restaurant. But yeah, I'm more worried about like catered food. We're gonna be at a hotel. But if, you know, if it's like a breakfast situation, I can just eat eggs. I know that there are gonna be like vegetarian and vegan options because there are people in my company that are vegetarian and vegan. So I can always try to like eat more on that side of things in terms of like trying to get in a lot of like veggies and then like free base fucking protein shakes and shit. If it was me, I would protein shake, snack as much as I could, and mad it with whatever company meal plan was. Yeah, you gotta embrace being that odd person out in their group. Yeah. So I'm like just trying to like think. I'm sure I'll be able to figure something out. It's just like how much willpower am I gonna have, like being on a diet in New York City where they have all that good food. Do you know what I'm saying? So at least the Fairlife shakes are like tasty. I'm literally gonna show up with like a big ass suitcase and like take 2 whole cases of them with me. One time your friends went to eat food at a Mexican restaurant and your then's ass brought Chipotle into the restaurant. Oh no. Yeah, but Chipotle is honestly such a really good option because it's so easy to track. Even if they really like size you with the amount of food, like it's not even like that big of a deal. But I'm thinking I'll be okay. Like for breakfast, I can eat eggs. Everybody has eggs for breakfast. Like I'll just eat eggs and hope that they didn't drown it in oil when they cooked it. taking drop-off luggage, you're conscious about taking powders. Well, I'm driving, so I'm not that close to New York City, but close enough that I can drive there. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's like a 5-hour drive, and like for me to like drive to the airport, wait at the airport, take the actual flight, you know, get my luggage, get a taxi or an Uber or whatever, and go to my hotel, it's probably gonna take me even longer than if I drove there myself. So yeah, I'm gonna drive. Instant ramen, I might take some instant ramen, but at the same time, the company is probably paying for all these meals, so I should be able to find something. I mean, they have a lot of places in New York where you can just like get salads and stuff like that. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. One thing your Foley does not do well is they can't handle it when you say light sour cream. Yeah, that's true. Like if you don't want to be drowned in sour cream, literally don't order sour cream. It's impressive hearing out how dedicated you're here to diet and exercise. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I am the most like mediocre fitness person you will ever meet. I am not particularly healthy. I only care about fitness in that I want to look a certain way, and I honestly don't take it that seriously. So when I actually do have a goal and I try to reach a certain goal, like I go for it, but like 75% of the year, I'm just like the most okayest fitness influencer on the internet. Not even that, I'm like the most low tier fitness influencer on the internet because I like just don't do that much. Fan of YouTube, wondering if there's any reason you're suspended. Any reason I suspended? I completely deleted my OnlyFans. So I just don't want to use OnlyFans anymore. Yo, what? Zezel, are you okay? Did you get power back just now? I know Basic Wit Girl has power right now. Oops. I don't think I know anybody that's like... I do still have a Fansly, yes. No longer on OnlyFans, but I am on Fansly. The Fansly is doing quite well, I would say. Using your cell phone and you have a generator? Okay, well, I mean, don't feel like... Well, hopefully you don't feel like you have to be here. Because you don't have to be here. But just stay safe, be careful. Don't waste your power if you don't need to. I don't think you're low or mid. I think you offer a lot that other influencers don't. You're really good at being empathetic, and that's really good for people trying to get started in fitness. Well, thank you for saying that, Turtle in Training. I appreciate you. I try to be. I know it can be hard, but also, my approach is not always the best approach. Sometimes maybe I'm too soft. So I'm just like, well, you don't have to. Blend is humble. I don't know. Try to be realistic. You think it might be part of the positivity you have? The relatability? Demonstrating looking great with minimal effective dose. I am all about the minimal effective dose, bro. But at the same time, bro, I thought I was a sandbagger, and I've just been fucking myself up lately with these workouts. I'm sure a lot of it is like being in a calorie deficit, but like, I swear, I'm so sore all the time. So maybe I'm not a sandbagger. Med streamer. Friend of yours sent David Goggins. All sounds extremely inspiring. It seems so much more intense for you. I don't know much about David Goggins. I hate Snapchat. Yeah, I mean, You don't give a fuck. You haven't been too bad? That's good. Man, you go really hard on the workouts on stream though. I'm surprised you're not more sore. You gonna be sore tomorrow after 15 pull-ups? Yeah, probably. Big cry on stream. It's cause you got your coach right there pushing you real hard. Could she face it? Damn. Brutal. Yeah, I don't know. It's like most people can really see a change in their physique or their lifestyle just by making small changes. And I think a lot of time, it really depends on the person. That's the things. It's like, some people do well when they do like a complete 180. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're ready to do it and they want to go hard and that works for them. But I think like the majority of people, if they try to do that, they'll get so burned out that eventually it backfires and they go the opposite direction. You're gonna be sore AF switching from full body to body part splits, but you're looking forward to feeling more pump at least. Yeah, Corsair is starting a Sweet Loop program. Super exciting. The gains are impressive. Yeah, I can't wait to see what Nancy looks like for her bodybuilding show. It is exciting. I mean, I'm excited to see you and Scorned both. The fat is really coming off. He's really starting to look pretty shreddy. You also, Nancy, especially like your upper body's really coming in now. But the lower body gains are gonna be insane. For sure. Wellness 100%. Ari says, all leg, no glute, but that's okay. I think you have some amount of glute. I don't think you're completely glute-less, but it's just your body type to have like a lot of leg, and that's okay. I think that's kind of the wellness look. I definitely think that compared to like a bikini girl, most wellness girls, like their glutes just like don't pop like that because their leg is so big in comparison. He might want to seek a later show since he's kind of behind. How many weeks out is he? You think it has grown a tiny bit? I think so too. I mean, you are doing like, you said 1 upper body and 3 lower bodies? Not enough? Didn't grow enough? $16 weeks? You don't think that's enough time? Not enough weeks out? You don't think 16 weeks is enough weeks out? Nancy is fine. Yeah, Nancy will get it. You don't think 16 weeks? Really? That's like 4 months. He needs to lose another 25 pounds? You really think so? Expectations are realistic because it's the first time doing a real bodybuilding program and you're a newbie, really. Are you doing a lot of RDLs? Look at Joey, 20 weeks out, about 15 pounds later. I feel like, well, I don't know. I don't know for sure. You guys are the experts, not me. 16 weeks just seems like, maybe I'm thinking more in terms of like a normal transformation and not like getting super shredded for like a bodybuilding show. A lot of RDLs, okay. Because for me, I think the RDLs is like where it's at when it comes to like the glutes. He was enhanced, he'd be fine. People don't realize how much they gotta lose. Nancy is the same boat, but she's got you to push her to keep her on. Yeah, single leg RDLs are great. Yeah, I mean, I like all RDLs. I've done a lot of different types. I really like the barbell, but that does put a lot of pressure on your lower back, and it does work a lot of your upper back too. But yeah, dumbbells, single leg with dumbbells. I also like landmine. I don't know if you ever do landmine RDLs, because I feel like I can really stretch. Like I get my feet pretty close to the weight, and I can like really stretch it. I really feel that one a lot. I do like that. I also do like kickbacks, but I don't have them in my program right now because, yeah, I'm just not really glute focused. Remember doing multiple 3-week blocks, 5 by 10 RDLs with pretty beefy weight, and your traps blew up. Yeah, you just got to be careful that you're not shrugging it too hard. I definitely do hit my upper back a lot when I do them because I'm trying to like keep the bar really close to my legs, but I try not to specifically use my traps. But that's really only when I'm doing like barbell. You need to try those once you can hinge. But yeah, I do, man, I worked out with my friend one time, a couple months ago, and I went to the commercial gym she goes to. It's one of the DMV Iron locations, and I did her glutes and leg program. Yeah, Dr. Mike does RDLs on the belt squat sometimes. It looks pretty nice. He uses like kind of a short bar like this one, but it has the attachment point in the middle instead of at the edges like this. And he was doing it like this. Those looked really good for the belt squat. Yeah, that's what you'd use, yeah. But yeah, she had me doing some kickbacks that like really fucked me up. I mean, we did a lot of stuff that fucked me up, but I think it was mostly the kickbacks. And the way that she had me do them was, instead of kicking, it wasn't like a straight kickback, it was more off to the side, and you let it pull your leg, and then when you kick out, you kind of come at an angle, and it gets more of like this part of your ass instead of like straight back. It's more out, so you get like more of the side. It was really juicy. They had really good cable machines there. But yeah. Those are really good. But I'm not on like, I'm trying to get my quads up, which is straight up impossible, but I'm still trying. It does help that I've figured out how to finagle the machines a little better. Hey Smitty, how are you doing? I hope you're okay. Question mark, hurricanes and all that. You like these pants? Thank you. They're honestly like $20 leggings from Amazon. They're actually really comfortable, and they don't have any elastic in the waistband. I do kind of wish they were like a little more glute enhancing, but that's okay. I like that it has kind of like this cut in the back. Yeah. Maybe when I am done with this cut, I'll have more glute focused stuff. I have added, I think this is recent, I don't think I mentioned this last week. I've changed my program just a tiny bit. It still has the same kind of layout, but I have added, you're doing good, luckily it passed you, just mostly got wind. Okay, that's good to hear. I'd be worried about people in Texas and stuff because the infrastructure is just like not that good. But yeah, anyways. So I am still trying to do some heavy sets of my compound movements just to try to keep my strength up. The weights have definitely gone down a little bit. The weights or if I'm staying at the same weight, the reps have gone down. I'm still trying, but I'm trying to like do a little bit more to like keep my activity level up, because I'm probably getting more and more less activity. You know, that's just how it is. The more tired you are, the less you move around. And if I'm not forcing myself to like go on walks and stuff like that, I'm probably just moving less. You might be okay, except for the rain. Okay, that's good to hear, Owen. I'm glad it passed. But I have also added more shoulders and more biceps. So my workout program is upper body push day, then lower body push day, upper body pull day, and then lower body pull day. But I've now added, at the end of my upper body push day, I have added a set of lateral shoulders for more shoulder volume. And then at the end of on the push day, I add biceps. I added another exercise of biceps at the end, so 3 sets. And then at the end of the push day, I do 3 sets of shoulders, lateral shoulders. So I don't think I'm gonna be like growing or anything right now, just because the deficit is for serious, but just a little bit more activity in general. And I rarely get really sore in my arms or shoulders anyways. So seems fine so far. Usually I get really sore in my chest because I just push myself really hard at bench. I'm usually really sore on both of my leg days. Just the hamstrings get so sore from that curl machine. It's like crazy. And then I'm actively trying to like hit my quads, so I'm not surprised they get sore as well. Also, the AB and adduction machine is brutal. That really hits on leg days as well, because of the stretch, of course, especially on this one. I don't know if this counts towards my steps or not. I feel like it doesn't. But yeah. So far so good, but I think it's gonna drop my calories again next week. That's okay, kind of expected. If I get past, I don't think it'll take me lower than 1500, but I don't think I can survive. I don't think I can mentally deal with less than 1500. 1500, I can probably still have decent meals, but less than that, and I'm just gonna be really fucked up. I'll be really fucked up about it. I do want bigger arms. I think next massing cycle, and I hope that I don't go out of control again. I do wanna like put a little more tension in my arms, my biceps specifically. Turtle in Training mentioned a few weeks ago about cool sculpting. I don't remember if that's the actual word for it, but he got me thinking about doing it too. It really just depends on like where I'm at the bottom of my cut, and it also depends on like if I think I'm gonna gain a lot of weight back. So it doesn't make sense to pay a lot of money for a cosmetic procedure just to reverse it. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's something to think about. But if I'm not happy with like my fat distribution, something like that would probably help and be less dangerous than liposuction or something. I think they do it at my dermatology place. That's something I can ask about next time I go for Botox or whatever. Yeah, so I thought, when you mentioned it, I thought it was just like move the fat around, but then I looked it up and yeah, it does locally reduce fat. I'm just not sure if it's like the right move if I'm not gonna stay lean. Do you know what I mean? Also, I don't know how expensive it is, or if it's gonna like require multiple treatments and all that kind of stuff. I haven't asked about it or really done much research on it, but it could definitely like, you need multiple treatments to see improvement. Yeah, even if, yeah, that's something I'll have to ask them. You be lurking, thank you, Megs, for the lurk. I appreciate you. Well, it was so cool that you got a raid from Strong Waifu yesterday. Was it yesterday? I saw your post on Instagram. I wasn't there specifically that day, but that's super cool. I didn't know she stopped into the health and fitness category on Twitch at all. I've been following her for a while. I'm doing well, thank you. You were shooketh, shocked, but super cool. That's super awesome. Girls, supporting girls, strong girls. You love to see it. Very cool. Yeah. I follow her on Twitch, so I see her go live sometimes. And yeah, that's why I was surprised that she would send a raid to the fitness category, but super cool. Yes, you're very welcome. Very much deserved, of course. Also, I hope you had a really good time. I'm sure you did. Had a really good time at CeltiCon. It looked like everybody had fun. I think I gotta sneeze. Yeah, I don't know if it's just these pants. I'm kind of feeling myself today. More so than usual. What's for dinner? Having an epic salad for dinner. Actually wondering, would it be possible to alter fat distribution by hormones? Everyone has their natural fat distribution, but altering it without surgery. Leggings are popping, thank you. There are literally just cheap leggings from Amazon. I don't know why they're so good. Okay, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you, Megs. Measure calories. Do you include the calories burned from exercise? Like if you eat 15, you burn 500. Would you have an extra 500? No, I do not. And honestly, Mopar, I don't know specifically. Actually, I do know. You can alter fat distribution with hormones, but like you would have to be taking exogenous hormones. As far as I know, obviously I'm not like an expert on this subject, but like when women take testosterone or they take performance enhancing drugs that alter their hormones in a way to be more like a men's hormones, their fat distribution will also be altered. That's why you see a lot of, so For a long time, I thought this was just the way that people worked out, or it was just like the look that people were training for. But when you're taking like hormones like that, something that alters your hormone to be more like a man's, your fat distribution changes and you get less fat in your glutes and your legs and your hip, and you get more fat in like your stomach. So you have more of the shape of a typical man. And I would imagine that it's the opposite for men that are taking hormones to transition to female. Do you know what I'm saying? So it is possible, but like you would really have to drastically change like your hormones for that to be a thing. You know, if you're just a person, just a normal person that doesn't like having so much fat in your midsection, I don't think it's possible to change that. Like, it's people that are willing to really change their hormone profile to like live a different lifestyle, or, you know, I think you understand what I'm trying to say. I don't think I have like a good explanation for it, but for a normal person, not really possible. You'd have to be taking exogenous hormones. So yeah, so to your question, James, no, I do not. And I think that it's not the best idea to do that, and I'll explain why. Most of the things that we have at this point in time to measure calorie burn are not accurate. So your fitness tracker or your phone might tell you burned 1,000 calories, but highly unlikely that that's actually the amount of calories that you burn, because it can't know you like that. And the second reason I think it's not really a good idea is because I think it can lead to having kind of a dysmorphic view on diet and exercise, food and exercise. Dr. Mike did a thing on this actually with Chris Williamson. Do you know what the video is called? I can look it up. But yeah, what you should do, this is my suggestion. You have the most optimistic sports app. If you walk 4 miles, you burn 800 calories. Yeah, that's highly unlikely. Yeah, I don't operate that way. I don't think people should operate that way. Oh, it's in a Chris Williamson podcast that was like 3 hours long. Okay, then I haven't seen it. But basically, I get about the same amount of activity a week. So I move around about the same a week. I exercise about the same every week. So my calorie burn is pretty like normalized. And I don't base my food consumption around that. Like, I kind of figure like my TDEE is about the same, and I adjust my food. If I'm trying to lose weight, obviously, and I'm not losing weight, I just adjust it down. And I don't, if I'm having a hard time losing weight, even with a lower calorie intake, then I will add activity in, but I will do it in a like kind of a, what's the word? Kind of a organized way. So I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go for a 30-minute walk 3 times a week, and hope that boosts my fat loss. But I don't calculate it in. I'm not like, okay, I'm gonna take a 30-minute walk and now I'm gonna eat more calories because I took a walk. No, I don't do it that way. Okay, but there was a portion in there where he talked about how burning 500 calories doesn't mean you get 500 calories. Due to various factors, you get some, but it's never what you actually burned. Okay, gotcha. But also, I just like, those trackers and stuff like that, they're never that accurate. They are really just not that accurate. What's up, RKO? I'm doing pretty well. So I really don't think that people should be thinking about it that way. It's in his latest pod with him 8 days ago. Is it on YouTube? And there are timestamps. I'll look it up. I have to keep... Chris Williamson. Maybe I should follow him. Sorry, I'm only on one monitor. Chris Williamson, okay. Click on it.
You talk about
go to his videos. The one from 2 days ago, videos latest. Chest and back with Mike Israetel? Or am I looking for a Chris Williamson podcast? Or is it the one from, okay, wait. Masterclass on losing fat? Which one is it? Oh, masterclass on losing fat. Okay, you see it right there. I'm clicking on it.
Look at how lean you are.
I'm muting it. I'm copying the link. And I'm putting it in chat. There you go. I don't like debates. I'll be real. But I will follow if he does stuff. Maybe I'll watch this. I'll subscribe for now. The segment is like 7 minutes, is in like 7 minutes or so. Yeah, it says, okay, do calories matter? If maybe it's somewhere around there, or maybe it's in the fundamental philosophy of fat loss. I might check that out later, to be honest. Uh-oh, I'm opening a lot of stuff that I shouldn't be doing. Chris looks pretty shredded from his wallpaper. It's the do calories matter. Yeah, so James, you might want to go check that out. Also, I will say the Renaissance, I really like the, I can't spell Renaissance. Periodization channel on YouTube with Dr. Mike. So if you've never heard of Dr. Mike before, he's in that podcast I linked. His channel is the Renaissance Periodization channel. I really like that channel for like kind of exercise science for people that don't read good is what I would say, because I'm not a person that can retain a lot of scientific information. Like if I read a paper, like I can read it, but I don't retain very well. But Dr. Mike explains a lot of these concepts in a way that don't bog you down with like sciencey language, like too much sciencey language, like just enough to kind of explain it to you. And I think he's funny. You know, other people might not think he's funny, but I like the Dr. Mike channel. I watch other people, like I watch Lane Norton's videos sometimes, but I'm not really into like the man yells at the internet kind of vibe that he has, but I do watch him sometimes for like specific subjects because I think his knowledge is really good. But sometimes he just like, just a little too sciencey, a little too yelly for me. Sometimes I watch More Plates, More Dates with Joey. I think More Plates, More Dates is kind of like in between Dr. Mike and Lane Norton. He's not yelling at people, but he definitely is like a little more sciencey than Dr. Mike. Not that Dr. Mike, it doesn't know his science. Dr. Mike does know his science, but like he doesn't like, he like explained it to you in a way that's a little easier to consume. But yeah. More Plates, More Dates is pretty funny sometimes though. Like when he talks about, I think is really interesting when he talks about like how steroids like affect your mind and stuff like that. I personally, Dr. Mike made me not want to take like real steroids. Not that I'm saying that I'm like 100% natural or anything, because I'm not, I fully admit it. Hey, William. But he really, like when he explained what hormones can do to women, like how they could change your body or physiology, I'm like, not for me, I think. Yeah, well, thank you, Daya, for because I don't listen to a lot of podcasts myself, but I might go check that one out. Because my job involves like a lot of kind of like reading and writing, I have a hard time like digesting information while I'm working. Yeah. What do you take that isn't considered natural? It's fun. SARMs, I do SARMs. I have tried Anavar and like it's not for me. But I cycle SARMs, Ostarine and Ibutamorin. Is that what it is? I don't remember the number letters. Also, hey, and the Veo. But at the same time, if somebody thinks that the amount of muscle I've put on in my 10 plus years of working out is outside of what most people can expect to gain in the same amount of time, like they're just like either very ignorant or like honestly just like have like really bad genetics, because I don't think I'm anything special personally. Even taking SARMs and stuff like that, I don't think it's pushed me to a limit that is like unnatural. Obviously, it's not natural, but like I think most people can expect to get a physique like this with the amount of time and effort that I have put into it, is what I would say. I don't know if that made sense. I had somebody comment on one of my YouTube shorts that said, thanks for inspiring me not to take steroids. And I didn't even like comment back or anything, because it's just like not worth it. I think they're probably just saying something like that to cause people on the internet psychic damage. But like, if you think that I look juiced up, you just really don't know what real performance enhancing drugs can make people look like. But also maybe I have dysmorphia. I don't know. It's very difficult for me to tell because I don't interact in real life with a lot of women that are like on the more muscular side. People are dumb and numb. Yeah, that's what I would suspect, that they're not really into fitness. But I just don't think that I look that big. Don't really know what SARMs and stuff like that is. Personally don't like shots, pills, or even protein powder stuff. I mean, that's your choice. So yeah, that's totally fine. You don't have to take supplements, you don't have to take drugs, you don't have to do anything. You can do whatever you like. People expect immense immaculate results within 24 months. I wish, bro. I wish. I did make a lot of my gains in like the first 3 years of working out, but that's just like normal for most people. I know a few dudes on gear that look daddy too. Yeah, it's like, there are a lot of people that you never know how you're going to respond to substance like that. You might look like Ronnie Coleman, or you might look like you don't even work out. My brothers and sisters in Christ, if getting big just happened, we wouldn't have to dedicate our lives to this. That's what I'm saying. If people tell me, specifically women, if women tell me like, oh, I don't want to get big like you, or I don't want to look bulky, I'm at the point in my life where I'm just like, you couldn't look like me if you tried. Don't ever say that to me ever again. Like, I'm just gonna be the realist about it. But I mean, to be fair, I think most people could look like me if they actually put in the same amount of work. Anytime someone says, I don't want to lift weight because I don't want to get big, I just say, don't worry, you won't. No, exactly. I mean, it's straight up. Straight up. Don't even worry about it, baby girl. It's not gonna happen. It's really sad, actually, because just even if you don't get to a point where you're like putting on a ton of muscle, lifting weights is so good for your overall health, and especially for people at risk of osteoporosis. It helps like makes your bones stronger. And like eating more protein, this is like also something that I don't like to talk to people about. Your friends want to look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club at first, and then, well, you know how that goes. more like the 300 guys. The 300 guys are definitely bigger than Brad Pitt. Yeah. There are so many women out there that struggle with, and it's not really something, it is, but it isn't. It is, but it isn't. There are so many women that struggle with like brittle nails and hair loss and like stuff like that. Stuff that you don't really think about a lot, or that people kind of like don't talk about because, you know, it feels bad to be a lady and lose your hair. So they like don't really talk about it too much. But and then they take all these supplements and stuff like that. But if you really just had a better diet, it would like really help. Eating a higher protein diet, not trying to lose weight all the time, is really like so beneficial to like your hair, your nails, your bones, your joints, like all these things. But it's just like we're just like this like diet culture, small culture, stuff like that. It's just like not great. Imagine people just fixing their diets. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get people to eat more protein. I'm not even saying just eat more meat, just like more protein. Eat more beans. Eat some tofu. Smee, you're those small guys, you're not a small guy, bro. Very widespread that lifting makes you big as a woman, which is insane, especially coming from men. Yeah, I mean, it is a lot of insecure people. There's nothing wrong if women is muscular or strong, but it's also like working out is not gonna make you huge and strong. Just like you have to really work hard for it. You're getting Kelsey to eat more protein. She's more conscientious about it. Hell yeah, I love that. Most favorite rear delt exercise? My favorite rear delt exercise is just like a cable fly. But I do it, I don't know if you can see me doing it. I only have one camera angle right now. Basically, I take the cable machine and I cross them over like this. I think that weight's too heavy. It's kind of hard. You have to, what you want to do is you want to let them cross to stretch the muscle and try to like keep your elbows from like coming down. You got to keep your elbows up so that you hit your rear delts. And then because they're crossing over, you have to switch which hand is on top each time. So probably do an even amount of sets. Usually I do 4 sets for my rear delts. But yeah, I do it like basically like this. And it's almost like it's kind of coming a little bit up to down. And I have to really, for me specifically, I really need to focus on keeping my traps down. Cheese and a carb is what America is about. You love cheese and carbs, so yeah. We're really into heavy rear delt partials. Rear delt partials, chest on an incline, mega pump with dumbbells. Really heavy delt partials. So like on a bench, and I don't even, so you're doing like this, like that, or you're only coming like here? No, but Yeah, I mean, you've been liking your bent over rear delt cable crosses, like all the way bent over? Are you doing it like this, like one at a time? I'm trying to think what your setup, like this? I don't do them heavy. I just can't. I don't, I'm not like, oh, about at an incline with both arms. On your machine? With a cable machine? Does your cable machine have two? But yeah. I really like the cable machine for rear delts. I also just like straight across one arm face pulls. It's a little fiddly though if you're not super strong at like staying in one position. I also like face pulls. I usually do them with an overhand grip up here. You can also do it the other way. Calcium for your bones, but lifting weights, the force it puts on your bones helps make them stronger. But yeah, calcium from dairy products. You could supplement probably as well, but I'm not really sure. But actually doing things that put pressure on your bones to make them stronger is like a big thing for stronger bones. D3 is really good. I take a vitamin D supplement because I don't go outside. Maybe that also helps with my bones, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you exactly, I don't know specifically. Weak bones is not something that I struggle with, so I don't specifically supplement for it. Yeah, I mean, with all supplementation, you have to be careful with the amount that you're taking. You can't just blast yourself. You actually have to like figure out how much you need and don't do more. You also need to like make sure that if you're taking more than one thing, that your supplements are not, they're not affecting each other. Thinking of starting those as well. Vitamin D because you don't get outside much. Sweet pressure one day I'll win a fight against a garbage truck compactor. I think your bones are probably fine, Gaia. I think you lift enough and heavy enough that you're probably pretty good. Mega blasting D3 D's nuts. D3 blasting D's nuts. It's all about getting you that D. Yeah, I mean I take a big old handful of pills. I can tell you what I take, but like you should do your own research. So let's see. I take my birth control pill, which, you know, that's a personal choice of mine. It definitely affects your hormones. I like it because I literally don't get my period anymore, which is not supposed to happen. I'm only supposed to get it every 3 months, but for some reason I just like don't really get my period that often anymore, which I like. So I take my birth control pill. I take fish oil, omega-3 fish oils for joints. Glucosamine, also I think for joints. I'm trying to think. Vitamin D. Vitamin E for my skin problems, which, you know, may or may not help. I started taking them when I was having psoriasis issues, and then like I just didn't stop. I take a zinc for immune support. A multivitamin, of course. I feel like there's something else. There's like I take glucosamine, and there's like another one that's like, I feel like kind of similar. Oh, CoQ10, is that what it is? CoQ10 for, I think, hair, skin, nails and stuff. And I take a collagen supplement that's like a powder. I mix in my drink. I take creatine. I take BCAAs when I work out. And I usually have like 1 protein shake a day. Do you ever use any grip strengtheners for hands and forearms? I have one and I don't really use it. Multivitamin, D3, K2, magnesium, zinc, and I don't know. Oh, I'm also doing yohimbine right now because I'm in a cut. Yohimbine is like a stimulant that maybe helps with fat loss infinitesimally. I more take it because maybe it does help, but also it helps me keep my energies up. No, I don't take gummies. Gummies are too expensive. I take like actual adult pills. N-acetylcysteine. I don't know what that is. So I have this grip training thingy that I don't really use because I haven't programmed it into my workout program. So I forget to do it. But yeah, I don't think it's really necessary for me. Dia came over. Diabolic lives somewhat in my area, maybe like an hour and a half away. Came over to my house and he lifted this thing with like, how heavy did you lift it? Was it like 100 something pounds? Helps treat Tylenol poisoning. Does it help with appetite? I don't know. I can't tell. Vitamin gummies are mostly sugar. Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with vitamin gummies, honestly. Just take your pill like an adult. Oh, for liver support? Yeah, that makes sense. Think you got like 3 plates. Yeah, Diet lifted a fuck ton of weight with that thing. I think 25 pounds for like 30 seconds is about as much as I can hold on it. So it's got like a fat grip that also like turns, but I don't really use it that much. Used to use that stuff in a nebulizer, like rotten eggs. Oh my god. Says all the hospital alarms. Yeah, I wish I could come, like, I got so much travel for work this year. I don't think it's possible. I wish I could like come cook for you sometime, Nancy. I honestly have not been having problems with my appetite. I've also like changed my eating schedule. I wouldn't say I was on an eating schedule before, and I don't think meal timing matters, but I changed my eating schedule to help combat hunger. And I mean, I can tell you what I'm doing. So basically, when I wake up first thing in the morning, I'll have either a diet soda or a cup of tea for the caffeine. And then I'll try to drink like an entire, I think this is like 20 or 40, I don't know how many ounces this is. I drink this whole big thing, right? First thing in the morning. And that's not really any calories. Around 10 a.m., 10:30, I will have 1 cup of coffee. I use instant coffee. It's instant coffee, a scoop of collagen powder, which is 80 calories and 20 grams of protein, creatine, artificial sweeteners, and 100 grams of Fairlife, fat-free Fairlife milk. So the whole thing comes out to like maybe like less than 150 calories and like about 30 grams of protein, something like that. And that will be like my first meal, and that kind of like will keep me feeling okay. And then I drink, of course, another thing of water, you know, try to drink the whole thing. No, well, I'm saying I wish I could come cook for you while you're on a cut, because I think that I actually make pretty good food that's like high protein and low calorie, but very filling. But a lot of it is just like a big ass salad, to be honest. A big ass salad or a big ass soup. Yeah, so I drink my collagen coffee around 10:30. And then if I need to like have something else between like 10 and like 2 o'clock, I will have 1 protein shake, either like the Fairlife or like a bottle protein shake. And then that will keep me satiated until the early afternoon. Maybe next year if we do this again, hell yeah, that'd be cool. And then I will have lunch later in the day between 2 and 4 o'clock, and that's usually a soup or a salad, or like I try to eat something that's very low calorie but high volume. It usually involves a lot of vegetables and lean protein. I try to make like a big bowl or a big plate of something, but no more than like 500 calories if possible. You always really eating good whenever I see the food post. Yeah, like I try to. I think I made a post today on Instagram. I haven't really been posting that often, but I made a post today that had some of the foods I've been eating. And yeah, it's just like, I said in that post, I'm kind of trying to romanticize my calorie deficit and be really intentional with my food choices. I don't want to be, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. But I don't want to be the kind of person that just eats plain chicken, plain rice, plain broccoli, stuff like that. Like that would just kill my soul. So I'm trying to be intentional. I'm trying to eat foods that I like in a lower calorie way. One of my favorite veggie combos and salads. I will be honest, a lot of times I will buy the bag salads that are pre-made. I know they're more expensive and I know they're more calories, but like sometimes it's just easier and I like them. But I mean, when I just make it at home, it's usually like romaine, tomatoes, onions, peppers, bell peppers, carrots, cucumbers, and I might make like a vinaigrette with no oil. That's the thing though, I really actually like just straight vinegar. If I don't want to have like a really vinegary dressing, I'll use Greek yogurt and make like a Greek yogurt ranch with fat-free Greek yogurt and ranch dressing seasoning powder, if that makes sense. Little lemon juice, Greek yogurt, lemon juice, and tiny bit of artificial sugar, so it's not too tangy. And then if I'm feeling really fancy, maybe I'll put like a tiny bit of like light mayo, but it really depends. I can't let it get too many calories. Usually I'm pretty good with just the Greek yogurt though. Yeah, and then dinner is where I eat most of my food. Usually it's like, might be up to 800 calories, and that's where I try to have something better, something more palatable. I know like Dr. Mike made a video about just eating really shitty, unpalatable food during your diet, and like it will help you stick to it. Like you have to eat so much gross food that you don't even want to eat it that much. And I'm just like, I can't live that life. No, I can make palatable food that is also filling. So like some of the meals I've been making, Caesar dressing plus garum. The problem is that Caesar dressing is usually really high calorie because it's either creamy or oily, and both of those things are diet killers. Yeah, but some of my favorite meals lately, I've been trying to do a soup once a week. Last week I made like a minestrone sort of soup with a lot of veggies and ground turkey, but I seasoned it like sausage. It was actually really tasty. I put some pasta in there, but not a lot of pasta. Just one serving for both of us, one serving each. So right now I am using the Macro Factor app, which is this app right here. Oops, oh, don't do that. This app, and it's a paid app, and based on my body stats and based on my fitness goals, it is spitting out calorie recommendation. Right now it has me on 1742. Hey Dark. I'm doing 1,742 calories a day, 145 grams of protein, 58 grams of fat, and 158 carbs a day. Usually I eat more protein than that, more than 145. I'm not super strict about the macro breakdown, as long as I'm eating enough calories and eating enough protein. Oh, hold up. Yeah, I think for somebody my size and my activity level, 1742 is not that bad. I am, although I look fit, and I do work out, I am incredibly sedentary. I don't do any cardio, and I usually get less than 5,000 steps a day. The only time I'm really moving and like exerting myself a lot is when I lift weights. But yeah, outside of that, I don't really do a whole lot of stuff. I usually mostly just like sit at my desk and work or play Minecraft or watch TV. Yeah. But I'm not living that monk mode life. I like really good foods. So what was I saying? Yeah, Oh, I started making this like lower calorie potato salad that's really good, and usually we'll have that either with just like, we had it last time, I had it with chicken burgers, and I've also made it with just like chicken thighs on the side. But it's potato salad, and the dressing is mostly Greek yogurt, so it's not a ton of calories. Let me see what else. We usually have salad twice a week. One Mediterranean salad, one Caesar salad. Been watching season 3 of Barbecue Showdown. It makes you so hungry. Yeah, we watched the whole thing. It was really good. I really like that show. I think it's very underrated. And also it makes me hungry as well. Yesterday we did bagels and cream cheese with smoked salmon, but at my Walmart, I usually do my grocery shopping at Walmart. They have a Greek yogurt cream cheese that's a little bit less calories and a little bit more protein than normal cream cheese. So I used that, and we also used bagel thins that are only like 80 calories each. So we took two bagel thins each and like opened them up like a sandwich, like open face sandwich, and did the cream cheese and the smoked salmon, and it's really good. It's really low calorie actually. Check it out because you don't count any of those at a moment, but you do have to eat no/low sodium, mostly chicken. So the thing is that the Macro Factor is a paid app. If you are not willing or you don't need the paid features, there's no point in getting it. But I think they do offer like a free week or like 2 weeks, something like that. So you can check it out and try it, see if you like it. But yeah, if you don't need the paid features, it's not worth it. You can use like MyFitnessPal or something like that, a different app where they have a lot of like free features. If you're like mostly using it to track sodium, I'm also not sure that it's really worth using these kind of apps because they aren't, when you log your food, they aren't always accurate. For me personally, I really only care about the macros and not the micros. So I only care about the proteins, fat, and carbs, and sodium is not really an issue for me, along with like other micronutrients. Tried Macro Factor, well, I didn't really vibe with you because you walk to most places you go. Because why did your high activity level, I don't understand why your high activity level affected how your experience with Macro Factor. But yeah, so far, I paid for a full year. So far, it's been pretty good for me. There are some things about it that I don't like. But the macros that it's giving me have been pretty good so far. And I have lost maybe like 5 or 6 pounds, which is good. I'm on track to reach my goals. But yeah. Anyways, that's my food timing, which helps me stay satiated throughout the day. And then because I have like a bigger meal at the end of the day, I'm usually not super hungry when I wake up first thing in the morning. I mean, I could eat, but I don't have to eat. I don't feel like I'm starving. Mr. Macheep, would you like a treat? Basically, a truly American Great British Bake Off. Yeah, the reason like one of the reasons why I like the barbecue show is because it's like, everybody's just like really nice. Usually, there's usually not a ton of like, there's usually not like an asshole that's there. They're not like sabotaging each other. Nobody wants to win by like tripping someone or taking all the ingredients for themselves. Usually everybody's just like doing their best, and a lot of times they make friends, which is, I think, is really wholesome. I also think the judges are very funny. I like the judges. Yeah, they're just like really I don't think they're necessarily like old-fashioned, but just like kind of older people that say kind of like funny stuff sometimes. Also, in season 3, they have like a cowboy dude that he did like that classic cowboy thing where you just make the weirdest metaphors, like fucking like a rattlesnake. He said something, dude. He said something about a rattlesnake's, he's like smoother than a rattlesnake's stomach on a hot asphalt or some shit like that. He was pretty funny. It doesn't take in calories burned for the day. They like that the UI was easy to navigate without diving into the menus. Will adjust for some stuff. So it does take into account your activity level, just like in that it will estimate your expenditure based on your weigh-ins and the amount of calories you're eating. So yeah, I'm not sure how long you use macro factor for, but usually you have to give it a little bit of time to adjust to your body and your lifestyle. So like that's like in the dashboard, that's where when it comes to your expenditure, like that's where it's estimating your expenditure based on your weigh-ins and the amount of calories you're eating. So you can see mine is like, my expenditure is not that much. Did that make sense? So you can see my expenditure is going down, and it's probably a combination of like playing Minecraft and also just more tired from being in a calorie deficit. Yeah, for you it took like a month to figure out your actual TDEE, as the original estimate was far off for you. Yeah, for me it wasn't that far off. So, but it basically every week it would like drop me down a little bit, 100 or so for the first couple weeks. So yeah, I mean, when it tells me that my total daily energy expenditure is about 2,200 calories, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, because I literally don't do shit all day. So I don't know if you saw that part in macro factor or you like really understood what that meant, but yeah, it doesn't take into account like the amount of steps you take. Like you could, I don't know if even there's a place to log it, but it does take your expenditure into account by, I think, extrapolating it from your weigh-ins and your calories consumed, if that makes sense. So yeah, it does take, so when I first started using it, people were suggesting backfill for about 2 weeks and it'll speed up the process. But unfortunately, I couldn't do that because I started using it right when I came back from vacation, and I was not tracking my food intake or anything like that while I was on vacation. My energy expenditure was also through the roof when I was on vacation, even though I wasn't working out, because I was walking like 15 to 20,000 steps a day, whereas like I said, normally I'm less than 5,000 steps a day. So I actually lost weight while I was on vacation. But yeah, I also think that like for all of these like different modules, I feel like they usually have a thing on here that kind of explains. Yeah, all these modules have explanations. So if you want to like understand what each thing means, you can like read that. I haven't read it for everything because I don't really care that much. I can kind of like understand what it means, but yeah, that is one thing I do like about macro factor. But like I said, if you don't need the paid features, I don't think it's a good app for you. I also personally don't find that most of the things that I scan into the app are accurately tracked. So a lot of times I scan something in and I look at the label and I look at what it says in macro factor and it's not the same. I find that for most things. Usually I have to edit those, which is a little bit frustrating. And most of the stuff I can't search either. So at least when I was using MyFitnessPal, they have such a huge database of things. Like I would just search for the name and look for the entry that was the most accurate. But because macro factor is newer, like it's really hard to do that. Yeah, it's like straight wrong a lot. And you know, sometimes I worry that it's me, but I know that I'm very good at reading nutritional labels. I mean, I was a certified nutrition coach. Not that it's like that cool or anything, but like that's something we learned in the class, is how to read nutrition labels. So yeah, so a lot of times I have to override the stuff that it scans in, and it makes me worry sometimes about like raw vegetables and things like that. But I'm just, you know, if I'm using the same thing every day, I think it should be fine. Yeah, just, you know, I had a little bit of a certification. So anyways, yeah, there's good things and bad things about macro factor. So far, when it comes to like estimating and telling me what I need to be doing for my fitness goals, it's been pretty good. But there is some stuff I don't like about it. I did very well with the free version of MyFitnessPal for a very long time, where I wouldn't scan anything, I would just search for stuff. I would just type it in and search it out. You also have to remember that if it's consistent in the manner of which it's being input, it will work out. Yes, I agree. I agree with that as well. I just, like, my problem is that, like, it's peach season and I love peaches, and I've been eating like 2 or 3 peaches a day, and I'm worried that it says that one peach is 60 calories, and I'm worried that like it's way more than that. But I mean, I even Googled it. I was like, how many calories in one peach? And it said about 60. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right, but I'll just go with it, I guess. Yeah. So. Seems good. Seems good. I'm about to end the stream. Any other specific comments, questions, or concerns before I head out for the day? Don't forget, next week is no stream because I have work. I'll be working. But I will be back the stream after that. And probably the setup will be a little bit better. I'll also have probably a second camera in case I need to do demonstrations. Yeah, I mean, they're just normal sized peaches, not like huge ones or anything. But I feel like 60 calories seems low to me, considering like an orange is usually like 100 calories. An apple is usually like 100 calories. I feel, and like if it's the peach is like really sweet, yeah. But anyways, I can't worry about it too much. I will see you in your stream, Nancy. Nancy streams on Twitch. Diabolic both stream on Twitch separately. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Corsair. I mean, it's all good. My thing is, doesn't matter how many hours I have to work. I'm doing my own thing. I try not to get stressed about it. The hours might be long, but I'm not like busting my ass. I just like slow and steady wins the race for me. What was the supplement for joint support? I take a lot. I mean, I think omega-3 fish oils, I think help with joints, glucosamine. I'm not sure about CoQ10. I also take CoQ10, but I can't remember if that one's specifically for joints. But really, having an overall nutritious, varied diet is really going to do a lot of good for a lot of people. Eating enough protein, collagen is also pretty good for your joints as well. All those good things. Also, just like being careful, you know, working out smart, not doing fucky shit, don't sleep with your arm like this, because that's bad for your elbow. You know, if you work at a desk, try to get it to an ergonomic position so you're not up here like this, or you're not out here like this. When you're cutting things with a knife, try to get above it and put the whole weight of your body into it, instead of just like that. For me, that's what fucked up a lot of my elbows really bad, was working at a grocery store. But like, not just like using only your elbow when you do stuff like that. Keeping your wrist straight when you're lifting, keeping your joints stacked. So like, don't lift like this. Don't lift like out here. Keep your wrist over your elbow. When you're squatting and stuff, you know, watch your knees. They should be in line with your toes, whichever way they go. You don't want to bow them in too much. You don't want to like force them out and like put your foot in a bad position. Joints stacked, okay? All these things. You can't take a pill and expect unrealistic results, okay? It's a lifestyle, not a quick fix. Okay. Don't forget to be responsible for your own gains. Don't be a dick. Control your cock. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, but I'll also be in the Discord. The link is in the description if you want to come to the Discord. It's pretty chill, pretty relaxed. Joey says control it. You can subscribe to the channel here if you haven't already. I would super appreciate it. If you want to watch more videos, I think this is what the algorithm recommends for you, or you can watch the entire playlist of past live streams down here. See you guys next time. Bye.